For the second segment, we're going to be talking about Sanders versus Harris. Again, another political subject, but I think this one needs to be talked about because the left, when it comes to Democrats, now I think they're filled with a bunch of leftists. Nowadays, it feels like who will give away the most free stuff, who is the most far left, who is the most socialist, and I think that will lead them to lose. Bill Maher said it. He has said that if the Democrats make in the 2020 race, who's to see who's the most woke to get the nomination, they're going to lose 2020 because the majority of the country are not Democrats and they're not Republicans. They're moderates. People that do not necessarily agree 100% with either party. They will agree on some aspects of liberal ideas, and they will agree with some aspects of conservative ideas. Not the whole country isn't in favor of abortions all the way up to 9 months. They don't agree with that. The majority of the country, and again, the moderates, the majority of the country believe that they should have at least some sort of border security, not open borders. So, where does it go from here? Sure, you can be the most woke and win the nomination for your party, but in the general election, they're gonna lose a lot of moderates because not all moderates are for Medicare for all. They like having their private insurance, and let's say for example, if the nominee manages to be the most woke, and then when they go to the general election, they change their opinions or they change their views. They're gonna lose a lot of the so-called leftists. They're gonna be called a flip-flopper. They're gonna get a lot of massive criticism because they are not consistent. So, but this one's gonna be focusing on Sanders and Harris, and our article goes from Fox News and it reads: Sanders mocks Harris over Medicare for All criticism. Senator Bernie Sanders, independent from Vermont, took a swipe Monday at 2020 rival Senator Kamala Harris, a Democrat from California, going after his fellow senator for criticizing his Medicare for All plan while courting wealthy donors. Harris had gone to the Hamptons over the weekend, where she told attendees at a campaign event that she has not been comfortable with Sanders' healthcare plan, even though she initially co-sponsored it. Sanders made it clear that for decades he has been consistent in his approach to healthcare. I don't go to the Hamptons to raise money for billionaires, Sanders tweeted. If I ever visited there, I would tell them the same thing I've said for the last 30 years. We must pass a Medicare for All system to guarantee affordable healthcare for all, not just those who can afford it. Despite her previous support for Sanders' plan, Harris now endorses having a private option for those who wish to continue with the current insurance plans. And I'm gonna take a break here. When it came to the two nights of the first debate, I was actually appalled at the fact that in the first night, the majority of the Democratic candidates there raised their hand in favor of abolishing private insurance plans once they implemented their version of Medicare for All. For me, I think there was something appalling because you're basically telling me that if I'm satisfied with my private insurance, I will no longer have that option because it's been taken away from me. That's pretty much what from what I saw. Is the idea of taking away your option because because they feel bad for other people. They feel bad for other people, and that's pretty much. And again, I don't see it as a good thing. Beto O'Rourke didn't raise his hand and at that moment, and they asked him why. And he said because he even said that as much as he likes the idea of Medicare for all, he's not in favor of taking away the principle of choice. He's not a huge fan of taking away someone's choice. And he feels that if someone's satisfied with their own private insurance, they're more than welcome to have private insurance. But he's not in favor of taking away that choice. That is why, like I said, I feel like the Democratic Party has gone so far left that they're willing to lose moderates in order to appeal to the far left, to the far left side of the Democratic spectrum. So I don't know. Kamala Harris, I don't agree with her. I will never vote for her because I just don't like the way I don't like the way she does her politics. Even Tulsi Gabbard pulled out a lot of controversies under Kamala Harris's time as Attorney General of California. So I wouldn't vote for her. But again, I will give credit where credit is due. I will call out nonsense when it needs to be called out. I don't care about the political. I don't care about the political affiliation. I've voiced my support for Trump on some issues, but I've called him out for the nonsense he does on other issues. In this case, Harris, she does have. I agree with her in the fact that we do need to have a private option, but I'm not in favor of Medicare for all. So we disagree on some point, but I agree with their idea that we need to have at least a private option if they're willing to appeal to the moderates, people like me. I'm not gonna vote for her because I know she still wants to do Medicare for all, but at least I will give her credit for even mentioning the support of having a private option. But let's continue. I have not been comfortable with Bernie's plan, Harris said at the East Hampton event hosted by film executive Jamie Petrikoff. I don't know how you pronounce. I don't know how to pronounce it properly, so I apologize. According to Bloomberg, she distanced herself from the Democratic Socialist wing of her party by saying that she still believes in capitalism. Okay, I agree with her. You believe in capitalism? That's good to hear, but it's gonna cost you your nomination. Nowadays, like I said, Democrats in this pool. This pool of Democratic nominees is who is the most woke. I give her props for willing to distance herself from being a far left socialist, but I think that this is not gonna sit well when it comes to getting the nomination, because the nomination you have to win over your own people first, and then once you win the nomination you have to win over the moderates, the people that are not gonna vote for you. Okay, so props for that. She believes in capitalism. Okay, so do I. But I think it's gonna cost you to some degree your support from the Democrats, because nowadays it's just a bunch of far leftists, and they don't like, and I'm pretty sure they're not gonna be very happy when they hear Kamala Harris say she still believes in capitalism. And I can tell you right now, in the next debate, that's one of the questions they're gonna ask her and say, why do you disagree with Bernie Sanders' plan, or some point like that. Right? So I'm pretty sure that's gonna be one of the questions pointed towards her, and it's gonna suck for her. Because again, it depends, right? It depends. I'll give her props for this. I'll give her credit for this, but I don't think it's gonna get her any points or any support, because the Democrats in the 2020 race are appealing to the far left side of the spectrum. But anyways, let's keep going. Harris is just one of several Democratic presidential candidates mining the Hamptons for donor dollars. Senator Cory Booker, Democrat from New Jersey, had an event that same night as Harris, and former Vice President Joe Biden and South Bend, Indiana Mayor Pete Buttigieg have upcoming trips. Sanders is not the only one staying away from the opulent New York region. Senator Elizabeth Warren, Democrat from Massachusetts, is also opting not to raise money for wealthy benefactors at this time, Bloomberg noted. Warren was also the target of a bar Monday, not from Sanders himself, but from a prominent supporter at one of his campaign events. Actress Susan Sarandon, I'm gonna go with Sarandon, for introducing Sanders at an Iowa ice cream social where she said, "He is not someone who used to be a Republican," Politico's Holly Ottervine reported. The actress did not name names, but Warren was registered as a Republican in the mid-1990s. And that includes the article. I said it before. I want to see stuff like this. I want to see a war. I want to see a battle. I want to see who wants to see it. Who wants that nomination. I want to see these people literally care for running for president. I want to see a battle. I want to see war. I like seeing stuff like this, because that means that they're starting to think differently now. Kamala Harris, I don't like her, but I will give her credit for the fact that she's willing to provide a private option with her Medicare for their home Medicare for all version, her version of Medicare for all. And at the same time, I give her props for saying she still believes in capitalism. Does she mean it? We don't know. Again, I don't agree with it, because she's a huge corporatist Democrat who usually tells you what you want to hear. So I can't say that she's trustworthy when she says about the private option and she believes in capitalism. But this is not going to go well with the far leftists, the far leftists and the Democratic side. Again, Bill Maher said it. If you make it, if this Democratic race is about who is the most woke, they're going to lose. Kamala Harris has said she believes in capitalism. The far leftists and the Democrats and the Democratic Party are not going to be happy to hear that, and they're going to push away from her. But again, that type of mentality could be beneficial in the general election. But we're not at that phase yet. It's about winning your own party first. And when your party is about being woke or being the most woke possible, you're not gonna win when you say you believe in capitalism, or even having a private option for your version of Medicare for all. But like I said, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Kamala Harris is being sincere when she says that she wants a private option with her version of Medicare for all? That is, if she's even pushing for it. Do you believe she's being honest? And when she says she still believes in capitalism, do you give credit to Harris for, at least stepping away from the far leftist ideology of her party? And do you think that this type of rhetoric is gonna come back to bite her in the rear end, and when it comes to the next debates? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And if you like this video, hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Hit the notification button as well. That way you never miss an upload. But the best thing you can do is to share the video, because YouTube has decided to derank independent political commentary. So I'm pretty sure this one's going to be deranked. And the best thing you can do is just share the video. That really lets me know that you like hearing what I have to say, and you think that other people are gonna want to hear what I have to say. You don't have to agree with me on everything. I respect your right to your opinion. You have that right, and I honestly want to hear what you guys have to say. If you guys cannot stick around for the last segment, I wish you guys a good night. But if you can't stick around, we're gonna be focusing on the entertainment industry, and it's gonna be a good one. Like Jordan, you guys are really gonna like the next segment. But again, if you guys cannot stick around, have a good rest of the night. And if you can stick around, I'll see you guys in a little bit.